Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's Emasis, and if you're new on this video, you're most welcome. So in today's video, we shall be looking at one of the date time functions. We shall be looking at the DATEDIF function. I can type it here. So we shall be looking at this function, the DATEDIF function. So this is one of the hidden functions in Excel. Why do I term it hidden function? It's because it doesn't why do I call it the hidden function? Microsoft Excel doesn't display it in the list of functions. It highlights when you are calculating data. So it's one of the hidden functions, and it's used to calculate the difference between the dates. So how does it do this? It can calculate the days. It can calculate the months and the years. So it is highly useful in data analysis by tracking time, duration, and deadlines. It's very good. Like for example, if you need to look at, fitness to work. So let us say someone is supposed to do fitness to work every year. You can use the DATEDIF function to track and set a reminder every prior to 3 days to this person going for fitness to work. We shall work with some trackers using the DATEDIF function. This is just an introduction. Then when you look at the DATEDIF function, it has three arguments. It has the start date, it has the end date, and the unit. The start date is it's the initial date of the period, the initial date, and it's where we stand now. Then the end date, it represents the last or the ending date of the period. I will explain that when we're working with this data. Then we also have the unit. The unit is it's the time. It's the time. This can be days, months, and what? Months and years. So basically, we can get into the video. So we are provided with some data for, maybe I can call these supporters. Okay, these are names of supporters. Okay, I can just maintain it there. Okay, names, I can just put names. So we are required to get to identify the age. I'll be using today. Today. Today is the 12th as I speak of now. Today, I can use this function. It's called equal sign today. It gives me the exact. So this is the today. So it's the 30th of December. I can modify the time, the date format to match the one we have in the question. So, okay, I can use this. So you notice that today, this is my reference by the time I'm making this video. Then we shall proceed. So this is my today. Okay, so we need to identify the age of these people. Okay, then what we can do, I think we can select the whole of this, put it in the middle, maybe something like that. Okay, in a layman's language, what people would think is we get, let me use this function today. That is the 30th December of 2024. Then I subtract it from this date. That is what people would do. To some extent, this is what it would give you. Now, this is not correct. Why? It's we can't find age like that. Then what other people do? They extract the years. So this is 2024 minus 1990, 1971. Okay. Remember in Excel, every time you are stating a formula, you start with an equal sign. So it will tell us that this player is 53 years old as we speak. So this can work, but it's not consistent. If we fill handle, you'll notice that it's not consistent, but it's not even right. So where this is where the DATEDIF function comes in. We shall look at. Remember, this is the hidden function in Microsoft Excel. So you start with our equal sign, then you put DATEDIF. You will notice it is this. It is a hidden. It would reflect in this list, but it's not there. So that's it. DATEDIF. Then our start date. What's our start date? Then what's our end date? Now that's where the technicalities come in. We can use today. Let me demonstrate this and you see. Then as our start date, then this is our end date. Then what do I want? I want years. So we put Y. Y stands for years. And we close the bracket. You see? Now, what's the error here? When do we get this? We usually get this error once the start date is greater than the end date. Now, 2024 is greater than this year, 1971. This is when he experienced this error. So the best way you can put this formula would be equal sign DATEDIF. So I was demonstrating. So this is our start date. It is the initial date. Then the last date is the date where we are now. It's more of like our current date is the last date. So we put in our function today and we close this, then close this bracket. Okay, comma, then I put this, then Y, then I need years. So okay, let's see. Okay, and I come here, I put in numbers. So these are numbers. Reduce this. So you notice that this is age in years. So he's 53. So when we fill handle, you'll notice that these are their ages. So just if I change this here to, let me just put 4, you'll notice that he's now 50 years, 74. So that is it. If we assume this one, he was born in 2001, he would be 23. You get? So we just have to appreciate this function. Then you can even calculate the number of months. We use the formula equal sign. We can set time in months. Time in months. Open this a little bit. We just want to know how many months. So equal sign DATEDIF bracket. So what's our start date? It's this one. Our end date is the current date, which is today. Then comma, This time I'm interested in months. Okay, and I close this. So in 53 years, we have 637 months. So basically that is it. If you're interested in the number of days, you remove this, then put days, fill handle. So these are the number of days. So basically that is it in this video. Just a brief summary. We have the start date, then we have the end date, then we also have the unit. We say the start date is the initial date, so initial date, and it should always be lesser than the end date. We are subtracting. Then this is the last. This is the last date. Then the unit. This is time in days, years, months, and years. So basically that is it for this video. So when we are using the DATEDIF function, we shall appreciate its importance when we come to conditioning, when we start conditioning data, like for example, dealing with the fitness to work tracker, we shall have to appreciate it. Otherwise, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. It's MRCs, and today's video is about DATEDIF function. Thank you.